A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the Blue Caribbean Sea in this part 6 video. Brothers and sisters, I continue where I left off in part 5. And I, Eric Braxton, this little Christian boy, this little Christian child, way down in Trinidad and Tobago, in this blue island, Caribbean Sea, in this blue island, in this island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea, Trinidad and Tobago, I, Eric Braxton, am appealing to anyone in England, first starting from MI5, MI6, the Secret Service of Britain, England, and of course Scotland Yard, and of course any of the past directors of the BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, or any of the close relative or colleagues or workers that work along Jimmy Saville. Can anyone come out of the closet and bring out that thing that I'm asking? What I'm asking for? I am asking, can anyone of England produce any recording? Produce any recording of the late Jimmy Saville, not audio recording, brothers, visual recording from a camp recorder, where he is actually having sex with a young girl, minor, or an adult, man or woman. Or what about this funeral home? They say that he went in and had sex with dead bodies. Can anyone produce any footage, recording that he's abusing the dead corpse in the funeral home? These footage, that if Jimmy Saville actually done this thing, you all people of England should have footage and recording of that. And I, Eric Braxton, are very upset about all these guards in Broadmoor, because they said the workforce in Broadmoor, the mental hospital where he took over and was in charge when he was appointed by the minister on the board to bring about change in Broadmoor, the restructuring process, he was part of that, and he got a job in Broadmoor, and he had the keys to open all the doors to go and to do what from go. He was in charge of the place, he was running the show. What about the guards, all the guards who was working the day shift and the night shift? I, Eric Braxton, am very upset with all of them, because a lot of them, they were seeing what Jimmy Saville was doing, and you mean to say not one of them did not buy a camp recorder to record, to see the young boys that he is bringing in, whether in the daytime on the compound or in the nighttime? None of the guards will have a recording like that. Why none of them did not produce a recording? And the reports that the guard went and report to the other people who was in charge too, who is under Saville. Why did not instruct the guard? Well, you all see Jimmy Saville, because one of the guards said he saw Jimmy Saville bring a young girl about 13. He put on the light and then he take off the light, that which means he went and had sex with her. Why the next day, when he reported to the man in charge? We know Jimmy Saville is in charge, but there's a next man in charge, right? Too. Why did not that man tell the guard, well, as he bring this girl, he will continue bringing more girls and boys here, but these are not allowed. Therefore, have this camp recorder, and anytime you all see Jimmy Saville record it, film it. That instruction should have passed on. And if the guard did do that and receive that instruction, or he do that on his own initiative, then there's that footage of Jimmy Saville. But to mean to say all these guard, and that guard, when he came off duty, did he discuss that amongst his other colleagues, the guards, and tell us, let us buy a little camera, a camp recorder, so that when I am duty, I will be monitoring Jimmy Saville. I off duty now, and he pass on that camera to the next guard, and so it going. Was that done? When that could be done in a click of a finger, brothers and sisters, but that was not done. And why am I sharing this information with you all when the damage has already been done and Jimmy Saville is off the scene? He have Diane buried. Well, the same all that discussion that you all are discussing in England, that they should have been implemented and you all should have stopped him on the track, and they didn't carry on with the, and they didn't do further investigation and then actually catch him in the act. On you all are like these things to take place, but you all are discussing. Well, I'm in the same boat with you all, so don't be vexed with me, people of England. I am part of discussion with you all. You all as having it on England soil, I am having that discussion with you all in Trinidad and Tobago soil. So we're in the same boat. So please do not try to shut me up, because I'm not shutting you all up, because I'm going on YouTube and looking for all the videos to listen to the discussion that you all are engaging all yourself in concerning Jimmy Saville. So please move fair with me as I am moving fair with you all up there. You all get that message loud and clear? Let us keep it that way. Now, so I'm saying to you all, brothers and sisters of England, once again, and what about the people in the funeral home? They say that he was coming inside here, and then again I hear on one of the YouTube, I think was David Inc. or David Inc. You all know he's a popular figure of England. I think they say, I hear he say in one of the videos that Jimmy Saville volunteered to went in the funeral homes to have sex. Did the funeral homes allow people to come inside there to have sex with dead bodies? No, that can't take place, brothers and sisters. Because it's people, dead bodies are there, and these dead bodies there, they belong to the living relatives, and the living relatives have to come to collect these bodies to go to the cemetery to bury their loved ones. How can the management of any funeral home allowed anybody to volunteer to come inside there to have sex with dead bodies? The people who are running of that funeral home don't have that authority. So how can they allow Jimmy Saville to walk inside there like if he owned the place and have sex with dead bodies? That cannot, but they said that happened. Do any of the people in the funeral home have actual footage where he's having sex with dead bodies? Well, if Jimmy Saville was actually having sex with any dead corpse in any of the funeral home, then the people was to record that, unknown to Jimmy Saville, what he is doing or what he's up to. And that could have been done as a click of the finger. Yes, my dear friends, because the management or any worker in that funeral home could just walk down in the store down the road and buy a camera recorder and come and set it up in such a way and record Jimmy Saville. That guard or any of the guard that is in Broadmoor could just walk down the road when he is off duty and buy a camp recorder and come the next day and start to recording Jimmy Saville, all his movement. Why none of the guards did not do that at Broadmoor? I'm asking the question, and why none of the people in any of these funerals, homes did not do that? When that should have been done. And as I said once again, that could be done as 1, 2, 3, as a click as a finger. Brothers and sisters, but before I come to this video, I just want to say that if I, Eric Braxton, was in England and I was any of the part of the workforce of the security team or the security guard in Broadmoor, and I heard these negative reports about Jimmy Saville, or I heard that he was homosexual or he was a pedophile, and I saw that he was bringing in boys and girls, you all better bet on the bottom dollar that I'd have footage of Jimmy Saville high up to the ceiling of all his activities in Broadmoor, because I'd be recording him when he leave the compound and when he come on the compound. You all better believe that. And that could be done as a click of a finger. And I don't have to, and I, Eric Braxton, if I was a guard up there in Broadmoor, I do not have to go to Scotland Yard for them to instruct me to do that. And I don't have to go to MI5 for them to instruct me to do that. I'd be doing that on my own initiative, brothers and sisters. And that's why I'm asked the question once again, why did not none of the guards do that? Brothers and sisters. So when they gather all the information, footage, recording, they are able to produce more footage. Well, for instance, what I'm saying, if, for instance, any of the guard record with Jimmy Saville bring any boys and girls in Broadmoor. When they have that recording, they go and make more photocopies of it, record it. So they were able to have footage now to send to Scotland Yard, footage to the BBC, footage the important people in the societies, like the Commissioner of Police, etc., some to Buckingham Palace, and to MI5. But the person will keep the original, but he making copies. So every time you record a Jimmy Saville bring a young boy there, he record that, the next day he make more copies and he's sending it to different place, unknown to Jimmy Saville. In that way, he's gathering information. So that when they get enough information, they could bring it out to the public and confront Jimmy Saville on that what he is doing. But that was that done? No, when that should have been done, brothers and sisters. But unfortunately, it was not done. That's why I, Eric Braxton, is appealing to anyone in England. If you all have any footage where you will actually see Jimmy Saville having sex with the young boys and girls when in a mental hospital or any part of England, will you all bring that footage and put it on the internet for the whole world to see? I, Eric Braxton, sit, and I'm standing and waiting very patiently for anyone of England to produce that footage where Jimmy Saville is actually having sex, where he was recorded secretly, unknown to him, having sex and abusing any dead body, any dead corpse in any of the funeral home. If you all have any of these videos, please bring it out. I, Eric Braxton, I wait very quietly for that footage for you all to produce it in England. So this is a challenge for you all, the people of England. Have any one of you have any footage of that? Of Jimmy Saville? Please bring it out, my dear friends, brothers and sisters of the people of England. I, Eric Braxton, only little Christian friend, only little Christian brother Eric Braxton, this little Christian boy, this little Christian child, way down in Trinidad and Tobago, are waiting on only respond very patiently, my dear friends. So once again, I've come to the end of this video. May the grace of God be with you and with me and with the human family from this day forth and forevermore. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends.